Welcome back and thank you for staying with us on Daybreak Extra. Now it's time for our phone-in interaction. So Nigeria's market are the heartbeat of economic activity, serving about millions daily with essentials ranging from food to clothing. However, the hygiene of these shopping spaces remains a growing concern, as poor sanitation, uncontrolled waste disposal, and crowding threatens the public health. From open drains to decaying refuse piles, the conditions of many markets across the country raise questions about safety and sanitation. How do these issues impact the well-being of shoppers and traders alike? And what can be done to ensure cleaner, safer shopping environment for all? Now, this is the conversation that we'll be having this morning, talking about market hygiene and how safe our shopping spaces. Now, we saw how a lot of reports was done around perhaps abattoir, that is where they sell the beef and, the poultries, and these are consumables that we eat. We've seen how sometimes you go to a place where they sell drinks and all of that, and it's super dirty, or you're even selling clothes and it's dirty, and there is gutters everywhere. This is something that we don't seem to think about, but it's something that we need to address. I think there was a time the Lagos State government, through the environmental body, approached a market and shut down the market down because of how dirty it was, and they've given a lot of caution to the market operators to say, if you are going to occupy this place, then you people need to be really clean. But then there was, a bit of resistance. They throw dirt everywhere, where you see someone not even make any efforts. Just front of the shop, they throw dirt around. But then because of that, the government stage environmental body decided to hold these people accountable and shut down the market for a while. And they pleaded, and I know it has been resolved now, but situations like this have been happening. Dirtiness have become a norm in markets and shopping spaces. So we want to hear from you about this topic. How do you think it's best that we can keep it clean, or if you think it is safe, currently? We're not even addressing toilets, but let's put all of that into the equation, because we know if toilets in the market are really dirty and oozing, then it of course brings germs, and that germs transfers to the market space. So this is our discussion for today. The numbers will be displayed on your devices. You can call any of the number, and also you can of course send WhatsApp message via the first number. Do we have a caller yet? All right, so go ahead, call us via the numbers displayed on your devices. Let's hear from you about the market space, of course, how we're seeing it. How safe do you think these market spaces are? Would you say that it is great? Would you say that it is clean? Would you say it is dirty? And if at all you think it is dirty, how do you think we can manage it best? Let's hear your take. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Rabi Salih from Katsina State, Nigeria.
It's good to have you this morning, Arabiu. How is Katsina this morning?
Katsina is very fine now.
Okay. Oh, good to hear that. Let's hear your take on the neatness, the market hygiene. Would you say that is great?
So most of the hygiene in the market, most of the market we have in Nigeria, particularly in northern Nigeria, they lack hygiene. There is no hygiene standard. That is why a lot of diseases that are preventable are transmitted from that market down to reach the people. If you look at the abattoir in general, the butcher who is expected to wear his mask or to use his hand glove in the preparation of meat that human beings can eat. So you can see it, a lot of blood, dirty, and even the excreta of that particular animal is contaminating the meat. So if hygiene can be is standard in the abattoir or in any place in the market, there must be a supervision by the relevant authority. If you look at the health workers and the veterinary doctors or scientists, they can check thoroughly to make sure that implementation of hygiene measures in that particular place to mitigate the spread of diseases.
Absolutely.
So, but actually there is no standard of hygiene, mostly in the abattoir. Sometimes you can close your nose before you buy the meat in the abattoir because of the excreta of the animal combined with blood. Yeah. So it's absolutely unacceptable for me.
Indeed. I mean, Rabiu, appreciate you. Honestly, you made a really good point. Thank you so much for sharing in your take.
Thank you.
All right, Rabiu got me squeezing my face because, you know, when he was mentioning the excreta and all of that, and this is the fact that I am not even there. I'm just picturing it in my head, and it's not, you know, looking pleasant. The graphics does not look pleasant based on his description. And one thing he pointed out, a very good point, is the fact that in, you know, developed world or other countries that take rules and regulations seriously, especially when it comes to food protection in terms of protecting the consumers, there are rules. There are people that perhaps are known. There will be a body created to go into that, and hence the environmental agencies could come and make sure to check the place is clean for consumables, for food and clothing and all of that. And there should also be some perhaps level of food protectors, food scientists. I know the NAFDAC pays attention to drugs and all of that, but there should be a body to make sure that where food are sold are really neat. We know when it comes to restaurants, people, we all have bodies that go there to check and make sure the cleanliness standard is up to par. So this is something that Rabiu was talking about, and I think definitely we're lacking when it comes to Nigerian market space. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us
Morning,
from?
how's it?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Yaulol from Uziman, Kapula State.
Oh, good to have you from Duzama this morning again.
Yes, I want to align with what Rabiu has just said. Actually, if you go by what is happening in our market, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, or particularly in Katsina State, you will see that most of the markets actually have no hygiene because you find that not only the excreta of animals, even the excreta of human beings can be seen almost everywhere. And even the food that can be consumed, you see the people are selling it in an open air without covering it. So you can see it can easily transmit diseases to humans. So I think to prevent this thing, it is better to reintroduce if the health workers to be going into the market, surveying how all these things are happening so that we can prevent the spread of diseases that can be prevented if care is taken.
Yeah. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Truly,
that's my take.
I appreciate that. A great take there. There should be, of course, measures, preventive measures, because when it comes to the market space hygiene, it has been a controversial, it has been a very dicey, a very complicated situation. Because while some people, just like I said, we've seen the Lagos State government make a strong effort, putting a stamp on saying we must be clean in our markets, other places are still finding it difficult. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Usman Santraki calling from Yola.
Usman Santraki, welcome back. It's good to have you. It's been a while.
Yes, Sumayya. I was up my TV. I was not able to get to the TV until I went to I buy a new one so that I will see your face.
Oh, that's good. Fine, thank you. Alhamdulillah. How is yours?
Your family?
Yeah, well, thank God. Happy New Year.
Why is your other colleague? I have not been seeing her of recent.
I don't know who you're
Happy New
talking
Year.
about, but I cannot remember who particularly. But when I remember, perhaps next time you call, I would give you an update.
Is it that I think she's from Plateau.
Okay, yes, Darshan has move on to other.
Co-host.
Yeah, she's moved on. She's moved on. She's no longer with us here.
Thank you, Sumayya.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
In regards to the topic of the day,
Yeah.
Sumayya honestly is very pathetic. If you go to the market or most of the abattoir, is the why you see the most part of unhygienic attitude is people. You see often people are openly defecating. Notwithstanding even the scatter of the cows or something, but open defecation is commonly seen. I give you an example in the Yola abattoir here. Just is not about 500 meters from where the meat has been slaughtered by butchers, and people are defecating. Imagine the flies that will cover that defecation and then came back to put there on the meat. I think it's only God that is helping us, but not our attitude.
Indeed.
But if the government can easily come in, I think it will go a long way in preventing some diseases. Honestly speaking, market hygiene, most especially in the northern part, I'm sorry to say so, because I only know what is happening in the north. I don't know what is south. But if government can involve these environmental protection agencies to make sure that all these eatable things are well protected, not even meat. Anything that is over sugarcane or anything that needs to be covered. I think it will go a long way in limiting diseases that will be affecting people. And thank you so much for the opportunity given me.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Santaraki. Now, honestly, talking about bodies, I remember I think 3 to 4 weeks ago we spoke about personal hygiene. And this is one of the reflection. If you do not even spend time to take care of yourself, then you will not even care about your environment. And that is what is happening. So I think it has to start within. Even while we're holding government accountable, we should also make sure we start by doing right by ourselves. Good morning, Shatima. Good morning, Shatima.
Good morning, Sumayya. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you? How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri is fine.
All right. Good to have you this morning.
So you are talking about market hygiene.
Yes.
This is serious issue. It is serious issue, honestly speaking, because market composed of so many characters of people. You see, Alhamdulillah, here in Maiduguri, our abattoir, it is properly covered. All nets have been covered, the place, honestly, because Governor Zulum had built a modern abattoir, and hygiene is properly maintained. But the problem is, if the sellers buy the meat and bring it, that's where the problem lies. Because the sellers, they don't care to cover the meat properly. And other consumable items, you will see it often naked without proper covering. So flies are flying over. There is one local delegates that called Dokwa. I don't know whether you have known it. They make it with the tiger nuts. It is very delicious. But sometimes you want to buy, but you can see it at the roadside. All cars that they are passing by, all these doors was on it, and they don't care. They will say to people, and the people they are buying it. So you can imagine, it will bring a health problem. So I am calling for the PT marketers to please use even one white leather like the one that they are selling this sachet water, the big one. It's very cheap. You can buy it from the table water sellers. Tear it into pieces, then cover the goods. It will be better that way. So, but you can see things are displayed anyhow. flies are flying over it. It is honestly a very big challenge.
Of course.
And now you know how expensive the health is. The health is very, very expensive nowadays. If you catch up with a malaria, you know you yourself, you know how much you will spend before you restore your health back. And you allow, if the cholera catch you, how much do you think you will spend? So we should try and do necessary things so that to give our health a sound guarantee.
True.
So that's my text.
I appreciate you, Shatima. Thank you so much. A very good point there. He said that it is really important, reiterating what a colleague of mine said, you cannot afford to be sick right now. And let's not forget, apart from even the disease that could even give you time to even spend the money, there is food poisoning. And a lot of people have died due to food poisoning. With everything that he's just described, I think this entire session, my face is going to be cringing from some of the pictures that, you know, our callers are explaining and describing of how unkept market can be, and people buy from this. I know I've been to the market and I've seen people selling food around, you know, for the marketers there, but then that place is utterly dirty. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
Morning, Sumayya.
Please tone down the volume of your device.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, okay, I did it.
Go ahead.
Morning, how are you, Sumayya? Yeah, well, thank you.
Your name and where you're calling from?
I am Mohammed Bello, calling from the local government in Bauchi State.
Oh, good to have you from Bauchi State, Mohammed Bello.
Yes, it's a very nice topic indeed. When we were young, there is what we call Dubagari people, who used to go around all these type of places where food is being sold. So this lack of, I can attribute.
Do we still have Mohammed Bello? It's so sad. I think the network caught him off. A really sad one, because I was really hoping to see him remind us of, you know, the past. Now, he was walking through down memory lane. He made mention of the Dubagari, people that check. Literal translation would be people that oversee and check the city on how the running around
Hello?
is. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, please tone down the volume of your devices. Please, if you're calling us, tone down the volume of your devices. Okay. I can hear myself through your phone. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Basira Abubakar. I'm calling from Kebbi.
Basira from Kebbi. Good to have you. Let's hear your take. Basira, please tone down the volume of your TV and talk to me through your phone. Go ahead.
Thank God, the demand that has just hung up the call. Okay, no problem. Thank God, the man has just hung up the call. I saw he has mentioned Dubagari. He has mentioned Dubagari. That's the environmental health officers or public health officers. Those are the people that has the responsibility to go to the market and and do inspection of the entire surrounding of the market. But the problem is
okay, I think we have to let you go, because I know you're pausing to hear yourself through the TV and it's causing a delay, and we can't have conversation like that. But I appreciate you for chipping in. Please, if you're calling us, stay away from your devices. There's a bit of delay, so before it gets to your own end, it just slag and drag the conversation, and we cannot have conversation like that. So if you're calling, please stay away from your devices. If you want to come back and revisit this conversation, you can go to YouTube at Trust TV News, and you would catch up with this particular segment, and you can have your feel with that. You can also share the link so that other people will get to catch up on that, because when it comes to market hygiene, we have to be really conscious. We have to be intentional about it. It just stems from human beings being initially dirty, and the fact that we even have to come and call on the government to impose means it just shows us how difficult dealing with humans are, because some people would be neat, they would even keep their environment at home clean, but then they come to their business spaces and don't think, oh, I need to make my business to look more presentable. Yes, good morning.
Morning, how are you, Sumayya?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I have come in for the second time. It's Mohammed Bello. I haven't finished
Okay.
putting my
Yes,
phone
good
point
to have
and
you
I
back,
was
Mohammed
put
Bello.
down.
I think the network disconnected. Go ahead.
Yes, okay. So as I was saying that I can attribute this problem of unsafe shopping space due to lack of sufficient sanitation workers, which is leading to unsafe shopping spaces we are experiencing today and it's posing a lot of risks to consumers and customers as well. So there is as a result of that, there is inadequate waste management,
Yeah.
and insufficient cleaning environment and disinfection materials, which is to be used to disinfect all these places from the bacteria that is we used to have there.
So, Mohammed Bello, who do you think is at fault when it comes to this?
Yeah, it's the government now. Since it is the government that employs all these type of Dubari people, and we know they are there and they are not doing their work because the Department for this sanitation something is not wiped out by the government, and they are still employing people, and they give them a special salary scale as a result of the risk hazard they are exposed to, but still they are not doing it correctly as they should be doing it. In the past, those people that did it well, they didn't have that special salary scale. Nobody even cares about the risk hazard they are exposed to. But this time around, the government has taken care of them very well, but they are not participating reciprocity. So I think government needs to put eye on them and bring supervision into this issue, so that we can have a sanitized shopping spaces.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Mohammed Bello. Thank you so much for calling back to share your take. Now, he made mention about the Dubagari and how people were taking their job seriously, and now people are a bit reluctant, and of course there seems to be lack of accountability on doing your job right. So this is the most scary thing. Now we know that markets now, there have been efforts made for water, so water cannot be the issue. Well, other places do not even have water. That is where of course the government comes in. There is inadequate sanitation. There is the poor waste management. Like I said, I've seen some people, shop owners, just throwing their dirt, and they create this pile of dirt inside the market or beside the market. And we all know what dirt attracts, right? You know, when it comes to the food segment, those places, the dirt, overnight, it brings in rats, you know, birds, all kinds of disease, animals that come with their own diseases. And this animal might perch on things around, and the next day the marketers still come again and lay up their food or their businesses on ground, and someone will come and purchase from that. Hence the concern about cholera, you know, all these rat poisonous diseases. There's bird flu. There's all of these things stems from, you know, eating and buying from stuffs from areas in market space that are really dirty. Good morning. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your device. Let's hear from you, or stay away from the device. Are you with us?
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
My name is Abdullah. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Good to have you from Kaduna State, Abdullah. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. The topic that is presented this morning is a very interesting one, and it goes a long way in ensuring that our health is maintained in one way or another. Spending less that will have a hand on maintaining our health. Most of the diseases that we tend to acquire, they emanate from the market. And if you look at it critically, the way the food items are handled, it actually needs to be visited by ourselves before the government comes in. We have to take the bull by its horns so that at the end of the day, we will be able, in one way or another, spend less in maintenance of our health. After all, the money that we're talking about here is not there. The people that are, somebody made mention of Meduguri being very clean, the abattoir and all of that. How did the meat get to the consumers? Those that are handling this thing, they should equally be sanctioned. When we take one person as an example, at the end of the day, it goes a long way, others will take dressing. And in one way or another, advantage will be there. But basically all this dubagari and all of that, in Nigerian own culture, I am not tongue sliding anyone here, but give them whatever they want to get. They look at the people selling, what's the name of this thing? Alewa.
Yeah.
Or this rawandoki, this sugar, rawandoki. Go there and see what is happening. You know, and people consume this thing. Some people go to the hospital to go and get this drip stand giving set, put in a bottle, like simi. You don't know who has used that. What's it called? That
the bottle?
That rubber in the hospital before it gets to the market. They cut it into sizes and put in the bottle, and at the end of the day, they sell those drinks in the name of semi to small boys and even adults. We need to look at all of this. The government has to be more proactive. It is not all about politics and all of that. They should equally help us in ensuring that we get the best of the health needs that we ask for. Thank you very much. And do have a wonderful, you guys are doing wonderful. I'm just joining I'm the first caller on this.
You.
And by the grace of God, I will continue to call it.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. I appreciate you. Welcome to Trust TV, because once you call, then you're part of the family. Interesting take there. He spoke about how he feels, you know, there should be a really deep dive into this. And yes, for a country that prides itself of saying we have the people, because we know numbers is what grow the country, especially if we are into production, which we're hoping to see. That they're hoping that the government would come with some kind of production strategy to help the country grow. So we need to take care of this numbers. Numbers was what helped China to come this far. So we need to have our own. Now let's pick this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Boki.
You're calling from?
My name is Joseph John.
Joseph, I can't hear you, Joseph. Your voice, it seems you want to just give me little of your voice. So
Hello?
Please, can you be a bit louder? Are you with us? Okay, I think I think we'll have to let that person go. But then yes, appreciate everyone that called in, talk about the most important things with it. It starts with us. If you are a business owner, if you sell something in the market, please be neat. It has to start from you. But for those people that have coconut head that don't listen, that is where the government comes into. They have to be some kind of sanctions imposed, on these people, and tell them if you don't do this, then you have to be sanctioned. Yes, the diseases are a lot. Diseases are out there lurking, waiting to happen, and we are still yet to even be at the level where Nigeria is producing its own vaccines and all of that. So why not let us be cautious? Honestly, a lot of people have lost their life because of things that they got, contracted from the market, and we're not even aware of. Healthcare is really expensive. You cannot afford to be, to be sick. So this is a point where we need to hold these people accountable. I think when we go to the market and we see environments are dirty, it's up to us. It's hard to start with, or we need to shame them. You know, when you shame someone to say, your place is dirty, why are you making it dirty? And then another person would come. I think individually we'll start shaming people to be neat in the marketplace, and also we'll continue to call on the government because they definitely have to do their part. We all know that our taxpayers' money has, that aspect, because when it comes to the ministry, environment also, they've given them the budget. They've submitted their budget, and hopefully they get to do the defense. So we also have to charge them with the duty of doing right by Nigerians, and hopefully we get to see a better society for all. I appreciate everyone that called in, from our returning callers that we haven't heard from for the longest time, to new callers, to of course the ones that we have been talking to all through the day. I appreciate you. Do not forget, on Monday, Daybreak would come back with another segment of interaction, phone-in interaction, where we get to hear from you. But of course, the show is still on, so do not go anywhere. When we come back, we will be having a discussion with a musician, so stay with us.